Good morning, all. I hope you are able to hear me. Yes, no?
Morning, Naveen.
Yeah, morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I'm sorry. I was just waiting for the people, but no one has joined. Only three people have joined. Okay. What today we will do is what are the things we have covered? Just we will quickly recap today. And tomorrow onwards, we'll continue from where we stopped the last session, which on April 8th. Is that fine? Is that okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So last we discussed, I don't want to repeat all those stuff, like what are the system configuration required and all those stuff. Okay. And what are the topics we are going to cover? That is also not required. And system landscape, already you know what do you mean by client server concept and clear. So already we discussed what do you mean by production server, quality server, how the data will move from one server to another server in real time. We saw that. And as I said that we have a transport request, we call it as a transport request once data move from one server to another server. Okay. And how we have a complete 2 day sessions on transport movement. So that I'll take in a real time transport movement in our project sessions. Next one, what are the consultant roles? We have already discussed, clear. What are the different projects will be high level I have discussed. Okay. In depth, we are going to discuss in our project session, as I mentioned. Okay. What is in the implementation project? What would be our role? Already we discussed, right? And next one, what is a rollout project? What is support project? And what are our roles in upgradation project and SLO projects? Clear? Okay. Migration projects we discussed. Next one, SDLC we discussed. SDLC we discussed. What is a software development lifecycle we discussed, right? And what is our roles and responsibilities in SDLC we discussed. Next one, SAP login introduction, SAP GUI introduction, SAP screen introduction, we have completed. Next one, basic organization structure, we have already discussed. What do you mean by company code, right? What do you mean by FI org structure, FCO org structure? We have already discussed in our previous sessions. Okay, what do you mean by company code, profit center, segment, right? So this is the part we have already designed our org structure. So as I said earlier, what are the things we have covered in our org structure? Okay, we took an example called company as an YChem company. YChem is a company. Okay, and we have taken three company codes under that sister concerns. We have taken three company codes Y100, Y101, and Y102, right? And we have created profit. We have decided that in our, again I'm saying in real time also we will prepare on Excel. We'll prepare on Excel what is our org structure and all those stuff. We will take inputs from customer and we will prepare everything on Excel, right? Next one, there is a TAN division and SCR division in Y100 company code. So we are creating it as a profit center. And next one, same in Norway, we have again two divisions, TAN and SCR division, right? And next one in Y102 company, it is a parent company code. We have four divisions, nothing but four profit center, TAN division, SCR and fertilizers. Next one, fiscal year, we discussed about fiscal year and financial year. Okay. In fiscal year, Indian company will follow normally April to March. Norway company will follow Jan to December. And US company will also follow Jan to December, their fiscal year. But for consolidation purpose, for group reporting purpose, consolidation purpose, we are following, even though Indian companies follows April to March, but we are following Jan to December. Jan to December. Okay. And separately, we will prepare separate set of books for Indian company code for April to March. Clear? That is separate requirement. Okay. As I said that books will be maintained in which reporting currencies? Indian books will be maintained in local currencies INR, right? And Norway NOK, right? And USD, US company USD. So this is called first local currency or company code currency. First local currency or company code currency. We'll call it as a first local currency or company code currency. Clear, everyone? Okay. Or first currency type. What is the first currency type? Local currency or a company code currency? Clear? First local currency or a company code currency or first currency type. Next one. Next one. So here we have given three currency types. One is consolidation, and again for a group reporting currency we call it as a group currency or a consolidation currency or second reporting currency Next one, Norway company required. Okay, this is nothing but at the time of company code creation, whatever currencies we are going to define, those currencies are nothing but local currencies or company code currencies at the time of company code creation. And already I said where we are going to define this. This is at where we will define group currency. Yeah, where we
Consolidation.
no where
Consolidation.
we are going to the consolidation, where we will define group currency. This is nothing but okay, local currency. I can say that first company code at the time of company code creation, where we will create this group currency and which transaction code. Last session also we discussed last May, because we are doing currency types only. I said it's very important to remember where we will define. Yes, everyone. Where we will define company code, consolidation currency. Yeah. SEC 4. You remember or not? Kindly check please. Okay. SEC 4 level. And this one OY06. Third group currency. Second group currency. Okay. And we have created accounting principles. One is nothing but local reporting, Indian GAAP reporting, and US GAAP reporting we have created. So same thing I mentioned here, local accounting principles, Indian GAAP and Norway GAAP and US GAAP. And for consolidation purpose, US GAAP. So we discussed already what the two types of ledgers we are going to create. One is 0L ledger we have already created, and 2L ledger. 0L ledger, what we call that? Do we create 0L ledger?
Default ledgers.
So default ledger, what we will call that? What kind of ledger is that?
Leading ledger.
Leading ledger. And 2L ledger? 2L ledger? Non-leading ledger. Clear? And leading ledger data will flow from FI to other modules. But non-leading ledger data will stay only in FI module, will not flow from FI to other modules. Okay. So same thing we discussed about different account approach, which I don't want to repeat again. Okay, what do you mean account approach? Traditional two types of approaches we have. One is account approach, and another one is a ledger approach. Okay, this is what we discussed. Okay, next one we discuss what do you mean by chart of account. How many types of chart of accounts? How many types of chart of accounts?
3 types.
3 types.
What do you mean by chart of account?
Group of accounts.
List of accounts. Group, not group. List of accounts. What index of accounts? Index of general ledger accounts. Okay. Next one. The 3 types in the sense. One is group chart, primary operations chart of accounts, and country specific or alternative chart of accounts. So no need to repeat, right? This one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Primary chart of account. What do you mean by primary chart of account? Nothing but to address all the requirements. And which one is a mandatory out of these 3?
Primary.
Primary.
Primary is a
Primary.
mandatory, right? Group chart of account. If we require consolidation purpose, then we will create a group chart of account. Country specific. If any ledger requirement is separated, different from other country to country, then we will create country specific chart of account. Okay, this is what we discussed. And after that, we went to org structure. We have created our organization structure. Right, this is what we discussed. This is a structure which I have provided, and I have mentioned what I mean by client operating concern and everything in this material. You can check it. Next one, system landscape, already we discussed. Org design, we have done, just now I discussed. Next one, we have created a company code. How to create a company code, that we already discussed. How to go to customization screen from SPRO to click on IMG activity. So whenever you log in, again, it will take you to easy access screen in our practice environment, but not in real time, Clear? So I have given a path for this. So first we need to check in what we call in real time. It's not required to check a region codes. Clear, because already it will be there it will be provided SAP. But after purchase of license, if any new states are formed, whatever country you are doing an implementation, if any new states are formed, clear, at that particular point of time, we need to create the states or region, whatever it is. Till that, it's not required. By default, it will provide it. Next one. First step we have done, define company code. Okay, company, as I said, that we will discuss later at the time of intercompany transaction. What do you mean by company, right? So we already discussed what do you mean by company code, right? It is a legal entity. To maintain a books of accounts, we need to have a company code. Without company code, we can't create any books of accounts. We can't do any accounts. All the financial transactions will be tracked through company code itself. So that is the reason it is a mandatory to define or to create company code in accounts, in any accounting system, not only SAP. Okay, so same thing what we have done here. So our company, we have created company code as an XChem. It's not YChem, it's an XChem. X100, X101, X102. It is an Indian company, right? And Norway company code and US company code. So company codes can be defined maximum of 4-digit code. It is SAP rule that we can have only 4-digit code. Clear? And here as an just now, I don't want to repeat again this. So how to create a company code? So same thing, I have given a path for this. Okay, I have given a path for this. So edit company code. So we have created 3 different company codes. Right, this is okay. Next one. One more important thing is, whenever in practice environment, if 2 people are working on the same screen, if 2 people are working on the same screen, then it will throw a locked message. Locked message. Then what we need to do, we need to use, okay, SM12 transaction code. Remember this, we have already discussed SM12 transaction code. In SM12 transaction code, it will give you list of logged items. It will give you, so what you need to do, just to remove the username, or you can give whose name it is logged, okay, or leave it blank. Then next, press search bar in SM12. Then it will give you the list of transactions which are locked. You can see here. Okay, like that. Click on this select button and click on delete option. Okay, same thing I have mentioned here. Click on delete option. Then whatever list are there, then same thing I have mentioned. Clearly check this. Okay, this is what we have done. And after company code creation, we have created chart of accounts. Clear? And I don't want to mention what do you mean by chart of accounts and all those stuff. We have created, just I want to show what are the chart of accounts we have created. We have created XOP as a chart of account. Remember that, operational chart of account. group chart of account we have created, and we have created primary chart of account. So what is the length we have decided to have? Group chart of account, 7-digit code, country specific, 6-digit code, and primary chart of account we have decided 5-digit code. Okay. So group chart of account, we have named it as an XGP. Okay. In our other material, it is a YGP. Okay. Chart of accounts can be defined as a maximum up to 4-digit code, either numeric or alphanumeric, right? So XGP we have given alphanumeric, no, sorry, alpha. Not applicable controlling integration for, so here group chart of accounts, it's not required to integration with controlling or any other module. Okay. Only operational chart of account only, it will be integrated with the controlling integration. So same thing I have mentioned here. How to create chart of accounts. So transaction code is OB13. Transaction code is OB13. Fine. Edit chart of accounts. So again, I am saying if at all anything is locked, then click on SM12 transaction code. SM12 transaction code. Fine. So this is what we discussed. So you can see here, we have discussed YGP, nothing but XGP, 7-digit maximum length, and English. Okay, this is what we discussed. So operational chart of account also we have created. Let me show here. Okay. So next one, we have created account groups. Already we know that what do you mean account groups. Clear? The account groups which represent grouping of similar nature of GL accounts. You know what do you mean by ledger? What is GL accounts? Right? So the account group classify the GL accounts. Right? So what we have, whatever general ledger accounts we are going to create, well, that could be a revenue account, that could be an expense account, that could be assets, that could be a liabilities, anything. Okay. Then what we are going to do, we are going to list under, if it is expense related, then we are going to relate it as an expense. If it is a liabilities, under liabilities, we will create the ledger account. And after that, if it is a revenue, then we are going to create under a revenue. So that is called grouping of accounts. That is called grouping of accounts. Clear? So we have created different accounts, different account groups. In real time also, we will have the number ranges. So here we have mentioned it as a material expenses. We are giving number GL ledger length would be okay. Operational we have decided to have 6-digit code, I believe, right? 5-digit code. So 1 lakh to 1 lakh 10,999. Next one, overhead expenses, 11,000 to 11,999. Right? Sales expenses, 12,000 to 12,099. Like that. So normally you will get a list of accounts like this from your business, or else if they are not giving any list, then we need to propose. We need to propose according at the time of creation of what you call chart of accounts, whatever operational chart of accounts you are going to create, whatever length they mention. Okay. According to that, we need to prepare. The basic account groups we need to prepare. Okay. Like this. So country specific, 6-digit we have decided, right? Same thing, we will create same 6-digit code. That's it. Material expense over there we have given 10,000, here it is 1 lakh. And group chart of accounts, it is a 10 lakhs. 7-digit. So you can see material expenses 10 lakhs. Clear till here? Any questions? Till here any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, already just okay. Next one, we have started variant principles. What do you mean by variant principles? Already we discussed, right? Clubbing under different features under one particular head is nothing but a variant. And we have a variant principles. There are total 4 types of variant principles are there in SAP. One is fiscal year variant, posting period variant. Don't forget that. What are the different variant principles? They won't ask you. But if you want to explain someone, then definitely you need to remember this particular stanza. Okay, next one, field status variant and chart of accounts variant. Clear? Fiscal year variant, posting period variant. Next one, field status variant and chart of accounts. Clear? And So here first one, we discussed about retained earnings account. Already we discussed. What do you mean by retained earnings account? What do you mean by retained earnings account? Whatever and the profit and loss amount will be there, whether it is a profit or loss.
Carry forward
Yeah.
to next
So
balance sheet.
carry forward to one particular account. Then that account in SAP, we call it as a retained earnings account. Retained earnings account. Clear? So that balance will be carried forward to your retained earnings and nothing but reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus. We call it as a general reserve. General reserve. That could be your net profit. That could be a net loss. Will be carried forward to one particular head. That is called general reserve under liabilities. Clear? Oh, that is called retained earnings account. Okay. So here, do we have a multiple retained earnings account or only one retained earnings account? Yeah. Do we create? If we are following ledger approach, then we will have only one retained earnings account is enough. If you are following account approach, then you need to have multiple account retained earnings account. Clear, everyone? Remember. So which one we are following? We are following ledger approach or account approach?
Ledger.
Ledger approach. So one retained earnings account is fine. Clear? So same thing I mentioned, retained earnings account. Okay, retained earnings account, 2-digit code. Retained earnings account is a 2-digit code. So you can represent anything, X1, X2, X3, Y1, Z1, or something else. Okay. So you can see this is what we. So here we have a different chart of account we are going to create. So here that is the reason what we have done. For each chart of account, we need to have one retained earnings account. So for YOP, nothing but your operational chart of account, we have created X1. Okay. Next one for group chart of account, G1 and country specific N1. That's it. But only for one operational chart of account, we have created only one retained earnings account. Remember that, not a multiple. It's not a multiple retained earnings. It is only one only. For operational chart of account, we have created one. And for group chart of account, we have created one. Now, for country specific, we have created only one. So only one chart of account we have created. Okay. So this is what we discussed. Retained earnings account. We have created X1. Okay. Next one, field status variance. So what do you mean by field status variant? To control the fields. Okay. Already we discussed about this. What do you mean by field status variant? Field status variant is nothing but at the time of data entry, right? To controls the fields, to control the fields, which field is required, which field is optional, which field is not required, suppress. So to control that, okay, whatever we can control through field status variant. So the document entry fields can controlled in two ways. One is at the field status variant at a group GL account and field status variant in posting key level. Two ways. One is field status group in GL account level. Next one, field status at posting keys at the time of posting keys. Okay. Example, normally where we will control at the time of GL account level only. Okay. So same thing I have mentioned here. So we have created our field status variant as a, so transaction code is OBC4, and we have renamed it as an Y000. Okay. We renamed it as an standard would be 0001, as I said that, or 0010, or actually normally it would be 0001. We can select that and we can rename it. We can copy the fields and we can rename it as a Y000. You can see here Y000 and save it. And after that, click on field status groups. Okay. So you can see here 46 fields are copied. Okay. So these are all fields. Field status groups. Already I discussed how many field status groups and all those stuff. Clear? So each field, if when you click on each field, then it will throw you like this. The options will be like this. See, in general field, if you double click on that, then general data. When you click on general data, it will ask for 3 options like this. Okay, assignment number. Okay, nothing but in whenever you header data, assignment number. You want suppress, required or optional. Text, suppress, required or optional. Header level this is, right? Like this, collective invoice number. If you want, so you can select. So at the time of data entry, if you select required entry, then automatically for every time you need to give text field as a mandatory. Text field as a mandatory. Like this. Okay. Next one, fiscal year variant. What do you mean by fiscal year variant? You remember what do you mean by fiscal year variant? Year shift indicator when it's required.
Yes,
Types
sir.
of fiscal years we have. How many types of fiscal years?
2 types.
What are they?
Calendar
Year.
fiscal year,
Calendar
non
fiscal year,
non-calendar fiscal.
non-calendar fiscal year. So year shift indicator is required for calendar fiscal year or a non-calendar fiscal year?
Non-calendar.
Non-calendar year. Why it is required non-calendar fiscal year? Why it is required to year shift?
Because it involves in 2 years.
2 different
Two
years.
different accounting periods.
Yeah. Here, so that is the reason we required year shift indicator for that. Okay. So not required to explain, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So already we discussed, we've spent a lot of time. If at all any questions, I can answer your questions on this. Any questions on this? Okay.
No, sir.
Next one, fiscal year configuration. We've already done how to do fiscal year configuration, right? We have taken K4 and V3. For Indian company code, we have taken V3, and for US company code, we have taken K4. Now we are following K4. Okay. We have completed this. Year dependent, year independent. Any questions? What is year dependent and what is year independent? Yeah. What is year dependent and year independent? Fiscal years. Yes, please. Can someone explain? What is a year dependent fiscal year and what is year independent fiscal year? When we can define it as a year dependent, year independent? See, for example, I want, if I am following year independent, then as per the calendar, it will go. But year dependent. So my customer requirement is last Friday should be an holiday and that should not be taken as a working day. So here you can see year dependent. I have taken an example. Okay, it is possible to define only for non-calendar years, right? Fiscal year period definition is not constant. So, for example, I said that last Friday is a holiday. So, 2026 January, last working day is a Friday. So, it may come on 25th or 26th, for example. But next year, will it be the same day? Friday, last working day, in the sense it will come on a same date?
No, sir.
It will be get changed. Every year, it will be get changed. Clear? According to fiscal year, if it is 31st is the last working day, every 31st, okay, whatever may be the day, it's immaterial. But if you are saying that Friday is last working day or Saturday is the last working day, then it may differ from year to year. Then that particular years we call it as a year dependent. Means that year that is applicable only for that particular year. 2026, 2025, 2022. So same thing what I mentioned here. Here, for example, what is the example here? Define fiscal year Jan to December, and every period should end with last working day of the calendar month. Okay, calendar month. What is assumption? Last Sunday is an holiday. Sunday is an holiday. Clear? Sunday is an holiday. Then how it will get changed? Here you can see first period normally 30th, 31st was a Sunday. Then what would be the last working day? 31st was Sunday. So what would be the last working day in 2021 fiscal year?
30.
30th. Next one, 28th was Sunday in 2021. And what is my last working day? 27th. But when it comes to 2022, my last working day, Sunday, was not falling under 31st. So you can see here, as per this example, if you take (2022), right? January. See here. What is January last working day? What is the January last working day in 2022?
31st.
31st.
So what is our assumption? If it should be a Sunday, but last working day is on Sunday?
No, Monday.
Monday. So I can take 31st. But if you take 2021, what was my last working day here? 31st is falling on
Sunday.
Sunday. So as per my client requirement, if it is falling on Sunday, then previous month day would be my last working. That is nothing but 30th. So
30th.
every year it will be get changed. Here every year it will be get changed. Right? So that is called year-dependent fiscal year. But no company is following now, right? In case any company is following now, then we need to do a period definition separately. And that is first condition that is applicable for non-calendar year, right? And we need to do a period definition. Clear? That is called year-dependent fiscal year. Year-dependent fiscal year. So every year we need to define the fiscal year. We need to do. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So this is year dependent. Okay, pending topics, let me discuss later that. Posting period variant. What do you mean by posting period variant? Which period? Already we discussed. In posting period variant, which period to be open and close posting period variant, right? One second. Sorry. This is posting period variant. Okay, under we have completed this. Okay, what do you mean by posting period variant? Okay, so yeah, the most important to control the data entry, right? So period open and period close should be important, right? If we open all the periods, then the user may enter incorrect periods, So if the entries are posting in incorrect periods, then whatever financial reports we are going to generate, so those periods will not be accurate. So to overcome that, so we need to discuss with the business what periods they need to be open and what periods they need to be closed. Clear? So same thing. So how they will account, most important is account type of accounts, right? Here you will have a different types of accounts. One is assets, right? Already I discussed types of accounts. Next one, customers, already we discussed, right? Vendors and materials. Okay. Next one, general ledger S, general ledger accounts. Okay, what do you mean by general ledger accounts? All your expenses, incomes will come under general ledger accounts. Next one, balance sheet assets GL, not a fixed assets. Not a fixed assets. All the current assets and current liabilities will come under category S. All your fixed assets will come under category A. So same thing I have mentioned in the material. Okay. So here the posting periods can be controlled. Okay, like this. I have made a screenshot of it. Which period to be open, which period to be closed. You can see here. Okay, posting period we have created. Okay, company code assignment, this is. See here like this. Plus in the sense all accounts like your assets, customers, vendors, general ledger, all will come under plus. If you are having individual accounts, so you can control. Here nothing but period open. Okay, if we have mentioned, so total 12 periods plus special periods 13 and 14, 16. Clear? And these are controlling periods, which is not available in ECC. Okay, here you can see what do you mean by this? Fifth period is open. Which period is open? If whatever period we mention, that period is open. And remaining first to 12, okay, first to 4 and 6th to 12, all the periods are closed. Which means that, so whatever periods we mention here, that period is open, means we can do a data entry. We can do a data entry for all the periods. Clear? So here plus symbol is nothing but all accounts at header level. At header level. If you mention here any period, if you are entering any period, it will check in a header data. When posting your FB50 or FB60, it will check first plus symbol and header level, right? And at a line item level, individual accounts, nothing but A asset, K vendor, D debtor, customer, M material, right? S GL accounts. Right? SGL account. So if you mention, what do you mean by that? How many periods are opened here? Which period is open? Which period is open?
Fifth period.
Fifth period. So means we can do the entry. If I'm given here fifth period and here I have mentioned sixth period. So what happens? Here I have mentioned fifth period and individual account level I have mentioned sixth period. What happens? Will it allow or not? Now I'm in fifth period. I'm in fifth period, for example. I have mentioned here fifth period and here I have mentioned sixth period or fourth period, individual account. So what happens? I'm entering a data entry. I have given a document date. What it will do? I'm in fifth period currently. Or vice versa. Here I have mentioned fourth period, plus symbol fourth period, and individual account level I have mentioned fifth period. Individual account level I have mentioned fifth period. Now here I have mentioned fourth period and now I am in fifth period. So what it will happen?
Transaction won't be allowed
Why?
because it checks at the upper level, like the plus
First
account.
header level it will check. That's correct. Header level it will check. If it is a plus symbol is there and if it is fourth period, but we are in currently fifth period. So here it will be get rejected in first level. Okay. And vice versa. Okay. Here it is mentioned fifth period and here in the bottom line item level it is mentioned fourth period or sixth period. Then what happens? Then what happens? Got my question?
Can you repeat again?
Here I said I am in currently fifth period. At header level, I mentioned it as an fifth. And line item level, I have mentioned either fourth or fifth, sixth period, not fifth period.
The same, it won't allow.
Header level, it allow.
Okay.
Header level, it will allow because the period is open.
Okay.
But
Correct.
when it comes to when I enter into GL accounts, correct? I'll enter GL accounts, right?
Yeah.
I'll show you that. Let me show header level again. I'll show. Let me log in. See the screen divided into two types. Correct? This part is called header part, and this part is called line item level. So here, if I mention fifth period, okay, here I mentioned fifth period, okay, then at the time of data entry, it will allow this part, it will say okay. But here in the bottom level, in the line item level, these are nothing but individual accounts. Okay. Here I mentioned fourth or sixth period. Now I am in fifth period. So it will check. Okay. Here it will check we are in fifth period or not. Till here it is not an issue. But here it will check individual accounts level. It will check, okay, whether the fifth period is open or not for that particular GL account. For example, I said this is my GL account, 20,000. Clear? Then it will not allow you to post. Line item level, it will not allow you to post. Clear? Understood,
Yes.
everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me. Okay. Or else let me show you one entry. For example, let me show you one thing. /OB 52 Y000. So it was Y100 only, I think. See here, you can see this is header level 2026 periods which are open 2 and 4, 2 to 4, and here it is open 3 and 3. Correct? Posting period variants. What are the posting period variants we have? Let's check. Y100. Okay. Y101, Y102. Let me try to post one entry. Now you can see, now we are in which month? May month. So here which periods are open? Which periods are open?
2 and 4.
12
2
and
and 3.
nothing but what is second and fourth? February and March and April. 2 to 4 periods means second period, they are following K4, right? January would be first period, February would be second period, March would be third period, and April is fourth. Now we are in May month, right? Now you can see the system will throw an error message F4, F. Because header level, you can see we are in fifth period. Now, but fifth period is open. Is fifth period is open?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So system will throw an error message. You can see. Posting period here header level, it is no. So now what I'll do, I'll open here period 5, period 2 to 6, or you can open period like this, sixth period, fifth and sixth. Okay, click on save button. Click on save button. Now you can see fifth and sixth means what are the periods I opened? May and June periods. So press enter. So I need to post again /NFB50 /NFB50. Okay, key off. So F4, F2. You can see YL1N, YYL1N it is showing. YYL1N, YYL1N. Somebody has assigned something else. some individual strings. Okay. Why it is taking? Give me a second time. 50 and right. Now see, there is no error message. 10.5. Now I'll go to individual accounts. Individual accounts, for example, GL accounts. So GL accounts, 1 to whatever GL accounts we have. So those GL accounts periods are open. Only which period it is open? Which period it is open?
Third.
Third period. Let me change it. Okay, I have a transaction. GL accounts 10,000. RM consumption. Okay, 2, 3 series. I'll take anything. Raw material. Okay. So here it is debit. Here it is. I'm taking credit. Amount I'm taking 2,000. Okay. 2,000. Any cost center I'm taking. I'll discuss all this stuff in our next sessions. Y111. So now will it accept or not? Will it accept or not?
Will accept.
But here you can see this is line item level individual account. Here you can see which period is open. Which period is open?
Only 3 will not accept.
But now we are in which period?
5th period.
So it will throw an error message.
Hmm.
You can see. Check period 5/2026 for relevant Y100 GL account. 1,000 is not open. Now if I change it, 5th and 6th. 5th and 6th. Okay, click on save button. Click on save button. So this is line item level. Now you can see it's not throwing any error message. Understood? First, it will read plus symbol. Okay, at header level. If it is open, then it will go line item. For example, here you can see now I'm changing it to 4th period. Header level, I'm changing it to 4th period. And individual account level, I am giving it as an 6th period, 5th and 6th. So even though line item level, it is open. Line item level, current period is open, but header level, it is not open. Now, if you try to post it, system won't allow you. Even though your line item levels are open, but header level, it is closed. Let me post the entry. Okay. Here I'm giving 0L. I'll F4, F2. Now you can see. Posting period 05 is not open. Understood? Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
First, it will read header level, that is plus symbol. If it is open, then it will come to individual accounts. So that's what I'm saying. Posting period variant, it controls the postings, whether we are doing in a correct period or not. Okay. So posting keys, we already know there are different posting keys. Already we discussed what is the required optional, right? Okay. Next one, I'm not going to discuss regarding posting keys. It is document types also. I don't want to discuss. Number ranges, we have already mentioned. According to document type, we will provide a document number ranges. The number ranges maximum how many digits we can give? 10-digit code, 10 digits we can give. So it is a combination of your document number, company code, and fiscal year. It all depends on your this thing. Okay. So this is what we have already defined. Number range, company code, number ranges, SA document type. We have given this one. And again, I have discussed here. The most important is year dependent number ranges, year independent number ranges. So you know pretty well what is year dependent number ranges and year independent number. Kindly check tomorrow. First, I'll ask those questions and tomorrow we will start the session. Clear? Tomorrow, first 10 minutes, I'll ask questions, few questions, right? Regarding
Sure, sir.
intervals, number intervals and all those stuff. And according to that, I will proceed. Okay? And all the topics tomorrow. Next one, what are the proposed number ranges, right? And after that, we are starting currency types. Last topic we discussed about currency types. Again, tomorrow I'll give a recap on currency types and we will do it. SCC for you remember? Just now I mentioned what is SCC for and all. Okay, CO versions also have completed, I believe. Okay, just once again, we will say repeat tomorrow session, a practical part, and we will see. Any questions till here? Here we are doing now. Currency types we are doing, I remember. What is user defined currency types and all that. Kindly, whenever you get a time today, please kindly recap everything, if possible, through recordings or through your practicals, through your practice, right? And day after tomorrow onwards, we'll start with the GL module. It's too much late, but I'll try to cover ASAP. Yeah, please. Any questions? Any questions?
No, sir.
Clear.
Yeah. Tomorrow also we'll have at 7:30. Please try to join by at least 7:40. Is it fine, everyone?
Yes, sir. Sir, okay, sir.
Yeah. Thank you all. See you in
Thank
tomorrow.
you, sir.
I'll share this recording as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. And please, again, just a recap, refresh, and tomorrow we'll start first 10 minutes with a few questions and we'll continue the sessions. But I'll expect answers from you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.